Good evening, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep. Welcome to this weekly GK marathon that we have for CMAT. Okay, so today, like every week, we have this marathon. We'll have this today as well. There are 40 questions in the quiz, and for each question, you are given 30 seconds to answer the question. And what you need to do is to go to the site menti.com. Okay, there's a site called menti.com. You need to go to the site, and it will ask you for a code. The code 32371598. So that is the code for this site for in order to participate in this quiz, and it will be in a gamified format, right? So you get points for answering questions correctly, and the faster you answer, the more points you get. Right? And many of you have already played this thing in the past. There might be some new people, so the ones who are watching it for the first time and want to participate in this, just go to the site menti.com. You can see the link over here and open it in another tab, because on that site you will see the questions first, but on YouTube you will get it later. So one tab you can open YouTube, on another tab you can open the site menti.com, and it will ask you for a code. So enter this code 32371598, right? And it is going to be an interactive quiz. For each question, you will be given 30 seconds to answer, and the ones who answer it in the fastest possible time get the highest points. Okay, so let some people join and then we shall start. So there are just 4 participants as of now. I want more people to join, at least in double figures. Then we can start the quiz. After every 10 questions, I'll show you the leaderboard, that who is being leading in that phase of the quiz. Okay, so you get points for answering the questions, and the faster you answer, the higher points you have. Okay, so it's fun, right? You should participate in this. Those who are watching it live, just go to the site menti.com. It will ask for a code, and you enter the code 32371598. There are many participants who have already played this one, so they enjoy this. Ones who are watching it for the first time can also participate in this. It will be a fun activity because, like, of course, you get knowledge from these questions, but you also compete in a real-time basis with people, and it gives you a competitive spirit. Okay, so we already have 10 people joined, so let's more people will join in and they can participate in the questionnaire. So let's begin with the first question of the day. How many countries are a part of Collective Security Treaty Organization CSTO? 5, 6, 7, or 8? Collective Security Treaty Organization. How many countries does it have? Time is running out. You can answer fast. You do not lose any points for wrong answer. Okay, so you should answer all the questions. It will be just that you will not get any points. So the right answer is 6 countries. Okay, so it's an organization of Soviet nations. It has 6 countries: Armenia, Belarus, uh, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, and Tajikistan. Right. So there are 6 countries in this. It was recently in news because of some some issue going in Kazakhstan, and there were some relations between Russia and Kazakhstan. For that, it was. So there are 6 countries, not 7. Okay, so some countries have, there were some countries which opted out of it. Currently, there are 6 members. Okay, so here's the next question. Question number 2. What is the toll-free number of National Helpline for senior citizens? This toll-free number was recently released. Right, this is for senior citizens if they want any help regarding to any information or medical assistance kind of thing. So they can call on this toll-free number. What is this number? 1 2 3 4 5 1 3 4 5 6 1 4 5 6 7 1 5 4 3. 5-digit toll-free number. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seem to be in order, so we need to answer that. So the right answer is 14567. It was released recently, some 4 or 5 months back. Okay, so cover current affairs at least up to 5-6 months. October, uh, like September or October onward, you should do the current affairs. All right, so let's move on to the next question. When did Paika rebellion take place? Paika rebellion, 1836, 1828, 1821, 1817. This looks something from history, but it was in news and current affairs as well some time back. Paika rebellion. Anyone knows where this place Paika is? So extremes have been the answers. Okay, so it took place in 1817. Now this was in news. So Paika is a place in Odisha. Okay. Now this was in news because like we consider that the this revolt of 1857 is the first war of Indian independence, right? So there was a proposition saying that this should be considered as the first revolt of Indian independence, but it was refused and it was not considered for that matter. Okay, so that is why this was in news some time back. The Paika Revolution rebellion took place in Odisha in 1870. All right, so let's move on to the next question. So the ones who are watching now, I mean, who just joined, they can go to the site menti.com and it will ask you for a code. The code is 32371598. Let's proceed to the next question. What is the revised transaction limit in immediate payment service, IMPS? So you use IMPS service to transfer money, right? One is NEFT, okay, and one is IMPS. When you want to send instantly, it is IMPS, and NEFT sends in batches. What is the transaction limit for it? It was revised recently by RBI. How much money can you send immediately to someone? The limit is now 5 lakhs. Okay, earlier it was 2 lakhs. It is now revised to 5 lakhs. Okay, not 2.5 now. It is 5 lakhs. Earlier it was used to be 2 lakh. So recently revised. Okay, so let's see the next question. Question number 5. What does R stand for in ARPU? Your business term which is called ARPU, what does R mean in that? Right, regulation, rate, or revenue? Now these are business terms. Maybe like you have a section called I and E where they'll ask you business related questions. What is ARPU? Testing, you answered it right. Most of you answered it right. So this is, so ARPU means average revenue per user. Okay, let us say you offer some services, right? Let's say uh, you sell some products. So some products are for 300, some products are of 500, some products are of 1000, some products are of 1500. Okay, so what does, how much average do you earn per user? Right? Let's say some people buy, there are many people who buy products of 500, some people buy 1500 also. So the net average that you get, the weighted average, so that is called your ARE, okay, average revenue per user. Correct. Well, let's see the next question. To which Indian state does the sport Jallikattu belongs? Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh. Jallikattu is a kind of bullfighting event, right? Which has been controversial as well. The reason being, some animal activists say that because of the brutality of the event, okay, the purpose was not that. Initially, it was started to, it's sort of like you have this, right? कि वो स्वयंवर होता है, right? So, like they wanted, the people, they wanted to test that who is the most powerful man. So for that purpose it started, but now at times it has gone very violent and animals have been killed. The cattle have been killed and all. So it is a sport of Tamil Nadu. Was in controversy as well. Well, so most of you got this one right. Next question. What is the name of the social media platform launched by former US President Donald Trump? So Donald Trump was banned from Twitter, from Facebook, all these social media platforms, right? So he started his own social media platform so that people can freely express themselves, right? So his company basically started a new social media platform very recently. What is it called? So let's see the answer. Yes, most of you got this one right. So that is called Truth. Yeah, Truth Social. The actual name is Truth Social. So it is like for, like he claims that it is for freedom of expression. Anyone can express their speech freely on this. Okay, let's move to the next question. Who was the founder of Servants of India Society? Gopal Krishna Gokhale, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Lala Lajpat Rai, Dadabhai Naoroji. Servants of India Society. Do read about some modern history as well, some social reforms. What did different freedom fighters do? Did they find something? Where did they belong to? Okay, what were some specialities about all these people? Yes, the right answer is Gopal Krishna Gokhale. Almost all of you got this one right, except a few. All right. Let's see the next question, and this is question number 9. And after 10th question, we shall have a look at the leaderboard, right? So all of you have been playing. So the ones who are playing, they will get a leaderboard that as to who is leading in this phase. So for every question, you get points, and the faster you answer, the more points. Where were the 2022 Winter Olympics held? Easy question. Pyeongchang, Shanghai, Guangzhou, or Beijing? 2022 Winter Olympics held last month. So you have heard of this. Some countries boycotted as well. Yes, the right answer is Beijing. And interesting fact that Beijing is the only city in the world to host summer as well as Winter Olympics. It hosted Summer Olympics in 2008, and this year it hosted Winter Olympics. The only city in the world to do so. Okay. First city maybe. As of now, Beijing is. Okay, so question number 10, and after this we shall look at the leaderboard. Dash is the rate at which customers stop doing business with a company over a given period of time. Churn rate, burn rate, exit rate, cliff rate. So question relevant for I and E. companies need to monitor this. They do not want this rate to go very high, right? So the right answer is churn rate. Churn rate is the, like, let us say initially you have 100 customers, right? So after a month you have 90 customers. So your churn rate is 10%. And after 90 it becomes 72. So your churn rate is for that period is 20%, right? 20% they have reduced the next month. So that is called churn rate. Burn rate is basically the rate at which you burn your money of investors. Let us say you received a funding of 1 crore and you spend that 1 crore entirely in 5 months. So your burn rate is 20 lakhs per month. So churn rate is the rate at which customers stop using your products or services. Okay, so now it's time to look at the leaderboard and see that who has been leading thus far. We've had 10 questions and we have AJ. Okay, so I don't know what full form is. AJ is leading, he's the fastest and he's leading with 7,809 points. Then second is Thara Bhai Putin, 7,366 points. And then Maheshwari, consistent player. Today I don't see Damru, right? He is also one of the players today and toppers. And Ribbit, Manoj, Snigdha, Triple A, Hit, Beyonce, and S. Okay, so I hope you are enjoying this quiz, right? If you do, please do like the session. And the ones who have not been playing, who want to see themselves like this kind of cool graphs, right? They can join in by going to the site menti.com. It will ask you for a code, okay? And in that code, enter 32371598. You still have chance. There are 30 more questions to go. You can still make it to the top 10 even if you have not started now. Okay, and definitely you will enjoy it because there's a thrill that you have to go up in the ranking. All right, so let's move on to the next question, question number 11. The meaning of which of these makes of cars is king or emperor? Harrier, Sias, Kushak, Ego. So this happens on a weekly basis, right? So every Sunday we have it at 9 p.m. Achha, so these cars, I don't know what is the, there is a passion about these cars. Like this year also one of the examinations, IFT asked about cars. Last year also some examination, I think Ispat or some other examination had asked about cars only, the meaning of the cars. So the right answer is Kushak. Okay, so it's a car by Skoda. Kushak means king. Okay, it's a Sanskrit word, Kushak, that means king. From that they have named this called Kushak. Okay. Okay, so let's see next problem. Question number 12. What is the name of the successor of the Hubble Space Telescope, which was recently launched by NASA, ESA, and STSI? ESA is European Space Agency, Canadian Space Agency, and Space Telescope. Some, as I do not recall, some institute like that, Space Telescope, or collectively launched by these. What is the name of that telescope? I'm sure all of you should be able to answer this one and most get it right also. Yes, the right answer, right? James Webb Space Telescope. It was in news key telescope being famous telescope. Okay, let's see the next question now. Where is Indian Institute of Sugarcane Research located? Kanpur, Lucknow, Prayagraj, Varanasi. So one thing that you know is it is located in Uttar Pradesh. Where in Uttar Pradesh? That you need to answer. Indian Institute of Sugarcane. Yes, right answer Lucknow, and interestingly, most votes went for the right answer. That is the. Sometimes it appears like audience poll, na? Char option, and people poll for them, right? And you get the graph, isn't it? I hope you enjoy this interface, right? That's why we have this quiz, right? Because I mean, we can have a plain one as well, but this gives more thrill to the participants, and they want to be fast in answering the questions. Okay, so here's the next question, question number 14. With a tie-up with which company, Paytm became India's first platform to accept international remittances? Ria Money Transfer, Western Union, MoneyGram, Remitly. Right now, you can receive like foreign payments through Paytm directly on your Paytm wallet. With which country? With which of these remittance companies did Paytm tie? The right answer is Ria Money Transfers. You answered Western Union and MoneyGram as well. So the right answer is Ria Money Transfer. Okay. They had a tie-up through which you can directly get international payments to your Paytm. What was India's rank in the last report of ease of doing business that was released in 2020? Right, we tell you now this ease of doing business, it has been stopped. Okay, and it was last released in 2020. Last time in IND there was a question. In IND they asked that which is the country which was in the top of the list. Okay, so this, keeping that in mind, I just asked this. Now the ranking has been stopped because of there were some allegations that uh, there is some like you say malpractices in giving these rankings and all fraudulent activities, so these have been stopped. Yes, India was ranked 63. Okay, in 2020, ranked 63. So the leader was New Zealand. Last year in IND, they asked that which is the country which is the first in this list of people doing. Question number 16. How many mega biodiversity countries are there in the world? Very close options. Mega biodiversity countries. Of course, India is one of them. Okay. So these are the countries that have a large number of species of plants and animals, and these countries constitute 70% of uh, the biodiversity of the world. Okay. So yes, the right answer is 17. There are 17 countries. You can read about them if you want to get the list of the countries. India is one of them. Then there are Brazil, Australia, China, US, uh, Colombia, I think Indonesia, and some countries. Not important to remember all the names. India is definitely one of them because India has diverse uh, biodiversity. 17 countries. With 17 countries, let's move on to the 17th question. Which is the first Indian brand to launch 5G smartphone? Lava, Micromax, Carbon, Cellcon. First Indian made in India 5G smartphone. What made in India? India's indigenous 5G. One answered Carbon. Right? The right answer is Lava. right? So the name is Lava Agni 5G. The price is around 20,000. Okay, maybe they might have dropped. So when it launched, it was for 20,000. Launched by Lava. So first Indian company to produce a manufacture a smartphone, 5G smartphone. Okay. What is the term for non-permanent members of UN Security Council? 4 years, 5 years, 2 years, or 3 years? So, this UN Security Council has 15 members. 5 are permanent members: China, France, Russia, US, and UK. And there are 10 members which are elected on a rotation basis, region wise, right, for a period of 2 years. 2 years. India is currently a member from 2021. So, from 21 to 23, India is a member. So, for every 2 years, they keep changing these non-permanent members. 10 non-permanent members. Okay, question number 19. Who is the owner of the new IPL team Gujarat Titans? Which business group? CBC Capital Partners, RPSG Group, GMR Group, Sun TV Network. Gujarat Titans. So there are two new IPL teams produced this year: Lucknow Super Giants and Gujarat Titans. Who owns Gujarat Titans? Time's up. The right answer is CBC Capital Partners. Okay, they own Gujarat Titans. RPSG Group is of Lucknow. Lucknow Giants, Super Giants. They are by Rajiv Gurka uh, Group, and then GMR Group is one of the owners of uh, Delhi Capitals. GMR and GSW, they are the two. Sun TV Network is the owner of Sunriser Hyderabad. CVC Capital Partners is Gujarat Tech. Okay, so now we have question number 20, and after this question, we shall have a look at the leaderboard again and see that who is AJ or Putin or some. Where does India stand in the global list of the number of companies that have attained unicorn status? Second, third, fourth, or fifth? So relevant for I and E. India's rank in terms of the number of companies that are unicorn. So unicorns are the companies that have uh, 1 billion, over 1 billion of dollar of valuation. Right. So India is third after US and China. So US has close to 500 companies. China also has more than 300 companies. India has now 93. So I just checked. India has now 93. So I was of the opinion like some 50, 60. But recently there have been a lot of companies that have become unicorns. So India has 93 unicorns latest. US, China, India, and then fourth is the UK. Okay, so let's have a look at the leaderboard and see that whether AJ or Putin or Maheshwari who is better, or is there anyone else. Okay, so the fastest during this phase was Maheshwari and he has jumped to the first position. Putin retains in position. AJ has slipped to the third one. Maybe answered some questions incorrectly. Then we have Altros, Snigdha, Manoj, S, I, Triple A, and MK. There are some new people also in the top 10. Some people have moved out. Some of the rankings have changed. Okay, so I hope you are liking this puzzle, quiz, right? So if you want to still participate, you can just go to the site menti.com. The ones who have not yet participated want to experience this gamified format, go to the site menti.com. It will ask you for a code. You can use the code 3237 and 159. Okay, so let's move on to the next phase, question number 21. How many members of Rajya Sabha are nominated by the President of India? Easy question, something that you read in civics. Rajya Sabha has 250 members. How many of them are nominated by President for their contribution to different fields? They could be like in field of arts, field of like social work, in field of sports, anything. So these are the people who are nominated by the President. How many? Yes, the right answer is 12 members. Simple question, जनरल अवेयरनेस में पता ही होना चाहिए basic structure of parliament. Well, let's see question number 22. LGBT activist Dorottya Redai was named in Time's 100 most influential people. Which country does she belong to? Okay, so Time releases this list of 100 most influential people every year. So, as an LGBT activist Dorottya Redai, which country does she belong to? All European countries. Let's see how many of you have answered this correctly. Right answer is Hungary. And interestingly, many of you got this one right. So maybe some Google magic it seems. Because if this was very random thing, maybe or maybe you read about it. Okay, because I expected that there would be even numbers. So one got high, so I have a doubt maybe people use Google for it, or maybe read about it. Who knows? Okay, so next question. Question number 23. When is National Sports Day observed? 6 March, 15 June, 30 January, 29 August. Easy question. I mean, Sports Day, National Sports Day is observed as the birthday of Major Dhyan Chand, okay, the hockey legend. Right. So on his name, so every year these sports awards are given on this day, right? This year, the Khel Ratna Award was also named after Dhyan Chand, right? Earlier it was Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award. Now it is called as Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award. Okay, this time there were 12 recipients, highest number thus far. So do read about who all won this Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award. And there were 12 recipients: Neeraj Chopra, Lavlina Borge, and some Avni Lekra, some Paralympics, some Olympians, and some others as well. So do read about those people as well. Okay, so let's move on to next question, which is question number 24. Which of these Indian origin women is Canada's defense minister? So recently, Canada appointed its defense minister, which is Lady of India. Who is she? Smithali Raj was also one of them. So who is this Canada's defense minister? Time's up. Yes, the right answer is Anita Anand. Got this one right? Maybe you must have heard this, read this news. Question number 25. Who won the bid to acquire Neelachal Ispat Nigam Limited? Right, so it was a PSU in steel industry. So which of these organizations won the bid for it? JSW Steel, Hindalco Industries, Vedanta Limited, Tata Steel. Neelachal Ispat Nigam Limited. Tata Steel is the right answer. Right, so Tata Steel bid, the bidding amount also 12,100 crores. Okay, and it got 93.7% stake in the company. Now it owns Neelachal Ispat. Okay, so let's proceed to the next question. Which country gives the Magsaysay Awards? Raman Magsaysay Awards, you must have heard of them, right? So which country gives this? Philippines, Indonesia, Singapore, or Japan? So Raman Magsaysay was the president of that country. So on his name, these awards are given. Which is the country that gives it? The general fact that people should know. Yes, most of you got this right. Yes, the right answer is Philippines. And so he was the president of Philippines. What is his name? These awards are. Who died? Dash who died recently was South Africa's last apartheid president. Who was this person? Last apartheid president. So apartheid was this racism in South Africa, right? So he was that last president of that period, and then president. And he won a Nobel Peace Prize also. Was he? Interesting. How do people know the answer? You read about South African history or what? Or did you Google the answer? Because I expected most of the people would answer Nelson Mandela. But because he did not die recently, so people might not answer that also. Right? So Nelson Mandela, it's been some years. Like he died in 2013 or 15, or in quite some time. And Frederick de Klerk was the last South African president, the apartheid president. Right? So from 1994, like out in 1991, this thing happened. Right? Apartheid was removed, and post that Nelson Mandela became the president. Before Nelson Mandela, Frederick de Klerk was the president, and he and Nelson Mandela both were given this Nobel Peace together for removing this apartheid. Okay, good. That you know the answer to this question. Here's the next question. Which type of plants grow in saline water? Hydrophytes, thallophytes, mesophytes, or halophytes? From science. What type of plants grow in saline water? Quality water. So if you have studied science, you know these terms, right? The roots of these words, you might answer this. Okay, so people hydro and halo. The right answer is halophytes. Have you heard of those halogens? Chlorine, right? So from that thing, halophytes, saline water. So these are the plants that grow. The next question. The first ever statue to be unveiled in Lakshadweep was of. So recently, the first ever statue in Lakshadweep was unveiled. And whose statue is this? Mahatma Gandhi, Vallabhbhai Patel, Subhash Chandra Bose, Lala Lajpat. The capital of Lakshadweep, which is Kavarati, this statue was unveiled. The right answer is Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, so here's question number 30. And after this, we shall have a look at the leaderboard again and see that who has been thus far. SBI became the first Indian entity to issue and list a Formosa bond. Which country is a Formosa bond issued? SBI listed that Formosa bond on the stock market. Which country issued? Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, Malaysia. The right answer is Taiwan. Taiwan is the right answer. Okay, so let's look at the leaderboard and see that who is the first, who are the top 10. Okay, so Eltros was the fastest during this phase, so there must be some shift for sure. Okay, no shift, the top four. But yes, the gaps have narrowed down. So Tharabai Putin is just 49 points behind, and Eltros is also close to AJ, some difference of 6 points. And then Snigdha is fifth, then Manoj, S, MK, Karthik, and Hai. I think there is some slight change in the last two. Okay, but yes, so Eltros was the fastest during this phase, most points. But and he has moved closer to AJ. Harabai Putin is also now very close to. So it's a neck fight between these, right? And others also you can jump up your ranking. I think all people see their ranking, right? Whenever I show the leaderboard, you are able to see your ranking even if you are not in the top 10. Right? You see your individual ranking. This shows ranking of top 10. Well, let's move on to the next phase, the last 10 questions. Here's question number 31. Luhansk People Republic and Donetsk People's Republic are the self-proclaimed states in which country? Belarus, Kazakhstan, Russia, and Ukraine. Luhansk People's Republic, Donetsk People's Republic. Where are these two? They claim themselves to be independent nations, and their country recognizes them as terrorist groups. And all. The right answer is Ukraine. Right? The fight became of this only, right? Russia wanted, and this was one of the things. Russia wanted to liberate these two states. So Russia wanted to let them become independent countries. Okay, so that Ukraine gets divided. Luhansk and Donetsk. So these are a part of Ukraine. So these are states in Ukraine. They claim themselves that they are independent. But their flags also. So you can read about them. What is the approximate length of the Great Wall of China? It is said that Great Wall of China is the only monument that can be seen from the space. What is its length? 14, 18, 21, or 25,000 kilometers? Call it megameter. Used to study. Mega is 10 to the power 6. 14 megameter, 18. The right answer is 21,000 is somewhere 21,196 also. So that is the longest structure in the world. 13,000 miles, right? In terms of miles, it is 13,000 miles. In terms of kilometer, 21,000 kilometers. Okay, here's the next question. Who is the author of Indian Innings, The Journey of Indian Cricket from 1947? Harsha Bhogle, Ayaz Memon, Sunil Gavaskar, Mohinder Amarnath. So when you talk about books and authors, right, do study both type. Ki current affairs be like recent books and some static also. You must be. They can ask one. Yes, the right answer is Ayaz Memon. So he's a sports writer. He writes different books. He has written books on like Sachin Tendulkar, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, Virat Kohli, etc. He wrote this book. So giving the memories of Indian cricket, how it started from 47 has been. Okay, here's the next question. How much is 1 barrel of oil equal to? Hear of that barrel of oil, right? You hear the prices. Ki ek barrel oil is what is 1 barrel equal to in approximately? 159, 185, 234, or 321 liter. Oil prices, whenever you hear, you do not hear in liters, right? You hear in the that 1 barrel of oil costs this. So how much is 1 barrel? 1 barrel is approximately 159 liters. 158.8 conversion, approximately 150. Okay, so here's the next question. Who was named as PETA Person of the Year 2021? So PETA is an organization working for animal welfare, people for ethical treatment of animals. Uh, like it promotes vegan things, and every year it names Person of the Year, right? So the ones who are vegan, those people all who work for some animal rights. Who was PETA Person of the Year 2020? The right answer is Alia Bhatt. John Abraham was for last year 20 was the PETA. Yeah, this year it was Alia Bhatt, right? So she's been associated with some NGO that produces like leather from like some natural sources, not by killing of animals. But about that, the right answer is Alia Bhatt. The next question: which European city is called the electric car capital of the world? Vienna, Oslo, Copenhagen, Amsterdam. Electric car capital of the world. A lot of vehicles in the city are electric vehicles. A country that promotes uh, green energy. It is the capital of Norway, right? Oslo. Norway is something that promotes green energy. So Oslo is the uh, electric car capital of the world. So large number of electric cars. I mean the proportion wise, very high number of electric city. Four more questions to go. Which country named the cyclone Jawad, which recently emerged in the Bay of Bengal? You must have heard of that cyclone, right? Bay of Bengal. I don't know how many of you were affected by it. Some of you must have been affected, due to which even IFT was postponed. So IFT was held 2 times this year. Okay, there was one special shift for those students of. There were some places in Odisha, West Bengal, and Andhra. Some centers it was held later on because of this cyclone Jawad, named by Saudi Arabia. Okay, so let's last three questions. So let's see that how much you can score in these questions. Where are the headquarters of International Labour Organization located? Geneva, Paris, Hague, Rome. There's something people just mug up by heart. Organizations, different organizations and their headquarters. Yes, the right answer is Geneva. And most of you got this. Last but one question. What is the name of the messaging app recently launched by the Indian Army? Avan, Asigma, Asma, ISM. It is used by Indian Army to communicate among themselves, right? So not for public use. That is just used for Indian Army. So the right answer is Asigma. It is Army Secured Indigenous Messaging App. Asigma. Army Secured Indigenous is indigenous messaging. So in order to communicate among themselves. Okay, so here's the last question of the day, and after this we will see that what has been the status. Which of these is the highest valued startup in the world? SpaceX, Stripe, Epic Games, ByteDance. Highest valued startup in the world. Time's up. Let's see the answers. SpaceX is not the answer. The right answer is ByteDance. Okay, ByteDance. How many of you know ByteDance? Heard of it? ByteDance is a valuation of close to $400 billion. SpaceX is, less valued than ByteDance for sure. It must be. It was over 100 billion, but not as great as ByteDance. Right. So ByteDance is basically your this company, right? TikTok. Remember TikTok? So तो TikTok पहले था ना बैन हो गया इंडिया में. It's a Chinese company ByteDance that like is the highest value. Okay. All right. So let's have a look at the results and see that who is the winner for the day. Okay. So we have Thara Bhai Putin gaining the maximum points, and I think he is the winner. So Thara Bhai Putin is the winner, right? In the last phase, he just went ahead of Maheshwari. Then we have second Maheshwari, third AJ. Then uh, we have Altros Snigdha. One name is hidden behind this logo. Uh, and some name from Magush, IMK, and Bill. These are the top 10 players for the day. Okay, so that is for the day. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed today's quiz and you find those questions valuable. Some of them current affairs, some static, some random questions that you generally get in these examinations. Okay, so thanks for attending this quiz. And if you enjoyed the quiz, please do like the session before you leave. Okay, so good night, take care, and have a great day.